My parents are, and my brother and my parents are an integral part of cultivating stage confidence. They have always encouraged me to go on stage, whether it's for mono acting in church. So, church would have parish day and different performances. So, you would have stages to perform. Then in school, you'll have stages to perform. So, if you see your childhood has stages, but your parents kind of force you to go into the book. I think they realized at a very young age that that is not going to be a profitable venture for someone who's not so book smart, right? So they put me on stage. I remember very vividly the first time I was on stage I have a photo of that also. Is that when I was a kid in church, parish day, just I was doing Mr. Universe.
What?
So I had a sash called Mr. Universe. I'm wearing an underwear, little kid. I'm holding like a small aluminum rod with like back in the day, the flush in the 90s used to have this one black funnel that used to indicate how much water is there.
I have no idea about that.
My father connected those arts and crafts. He set me up and gave me a tentative script to go and do. Like, go there, make it look like it's struggling, and then you build it up, and then you throw it down. So he directed it. I just went and performed. So that's my first memory of an audience applauding. I don't know whether it was laughing. I'm presuming it was.
You know what? I think like these things actually matter because when I was young, I'm like first grade. Like this is I was 6 years old when I have this memory. In my school we had like क्या था वो that fancy dress? नहीं, whatever you have to wear your costume and pretend to be someone. क्या था? Fancy dress.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't know, let me just make the difference out. Fancy dress is where you dress as someone or fancily and you give a dialogue maximum, but you're not supposed to technically talk in fancy dress. Mono acting is where you get to do a slightly longer verbal sketch. I'm just giving you as a professional child stage actor in church and school.
Whoa, guys.
You might be talking about fancy dress, which is...
I've just like learned way too many things right now.
But please continue, yeah.
So fancy dress, 6 years old, first grade. My mom dressed me up as an Emirates air hostess. It was also the most easiest thing to do. And it was also something that we encountered because I'm also a Gulf kid. So Dubai, Bombay was like a constant. So I was like, yeah, I know this costume. I see this costume. This is so obvious. So you had like the red hat and then, that scarf and then the beige uniform and then the red thing. This is the old Emirates uniform. And I think from that time, it was stuck in my head that I need to go into the travel industry. And my entire college life, I have worked towards getting like diplomas to start into the travel industry. And actually my career started in the travel industry. I pivoted to mental health like when I was 26, 27. But it actually like worked. So maybe what you were also saying, like when your parents put you on stage, it like put something in your head, be like, this is what I'm good at. This is what I want to do.
It's interesting, right? Like whatever someone puts as a seed, then it takes you somewhere. In my parents' example, they just not planted the seed, they took care of it. Like for years, different competitions, if there's mono act music, just throwing me on stage. My brother, every competition that I was performing at in school or in college, he would come with a camera just to record me singing in the band or doing solos because they were all very supportive of me doing music. And comedy came in later because we didn't know comedy is a profession till I saw Robin Williams' special first, and then I saw Russell Peters. I'm like, oh, you can stand and do this as well.
Yeah.
Because I was just over talky, annoy radio. Then I found out for setup, punchline, brevities, wit. So like a lot of change to get good at the craft was different.
But does that like, do you suffer with like confidence issues? Because someone who's been on stage for like so long, like since you're a kid, I would assume that you don't.
On stage, I don't have confidence issues. I think mostly confidence is like a more...
Like public speaking in this case.
I don't think I have fear of
right?
that. Now especially, but if I have to look back when I started stand-up, then also a little less because I was doing radio for 3 years before I did stand-up. So I think that to live radio, not like deferred live, where you give a link and it gets... This is absolute live. So I think somewhere that 3 years of radio trained me into you can be at least entertaining. That helped me become a better host, I feel. That's why Son of Abish and other shows that I was able to host, that was a direction. But stand-up is different because it's not about how much you say. It's about how less you can say and still convey it. So
like
that
a reel.
it's amazing how you have reduced.
Sorry. I thought I was supposed to be the deep one. Sorry, we switched roles.
It's a deep hurt, yes. So you're doing right to the deep. Yeah, I guess like a reel, but like a setup and a punchline, or for that matter, even there are different forms of comedy that exist. But in basic, from radio, made me better at talking. Stand up, found like this really interesting thing to do. But in all of this journey, parents have only supported. They have like championed, if anything, my brother and my parents. So I feel that I should be doing more with the kind of like the layup that I had, which is great. So a lot of people do it much lesser. So I'm in always gratitude for this stage life that they still push me to do.
If you like this video, the link to the full episode is right here, and we have various other clips of various other guests. Please check them out and drop a comment.